It's Parent Pickup Line Carb Tips today. Okay, so I want to talk about carbs because we hear all the time, low carb diet, no carbs, keto. What's the right way? What's the wrong way? Well, let's just first talk about what carbs do for you. Carbs give you fuel. They give you energy. If you've ever gone on like a low carb diet or keto and you feel like, oh my gosh, this is working, but at some point you lose energy, you are kind of blah. Well, it's because you haven't had enough carbs. Carbs give you fuel for your bodies. We have to have them. It makes your brain function better. I mean, there's all kinds of science behind it, and we're not going to get into that, but I am going to tell you your body needs carbohydrates to fuel yourself. How many carbs to eat, what kind of carbs to eat, that is another topic. That's where I can help you figure out what is your goal and how can you get there. Well, you're going to have some carbs, I guarantee it. And then the other thing I want to tell you about is if you're building muscle, you must have carbohydrates. Otherwise, you have no energy. So if you have zero energy, how are we going to lift weights? How are we going to be impactful in the gym if we're not having the fuel to actually lift weights and build muscle? To build muscle, we need to have carbohydrates and protein. So it's going to be a balance in figuring out what you need. The other thing is when we get into low carb or no carb diets, a lot of times we lose weight fast. Well, carbohydrates attract water. When you cut out carbs, you automatically lose weight many times. Well, it's water weight. So would we rather lose water weight or would we rather lose fat? I don't know about you, but I want to burn fat. And so in order to burn fat, we need to decide how we're going to eat so that we can burn fat and build muscle. I guarantee you, you need some carbohydrates. Okay, so that's how we get into those cookie cutter diets, keto, low carb, those things that are not sustainable. And when we go into those things, we may lose weight fast because we're losing water weight, but then we eventually give up. We binge eat because we're starving, or we just want to eat some darn pasta, or we want some bread. And you guys, we can do all that. We can eat the pasta, we can eat the bread. It's just figuring out how much you can eat for your goals and for your body type and all the things. And so that's why I wanted to bring this to you, because if you need some help with that, we can figure those numbers out for you. And that's a movable number. So it's not something like, this is what you're going to eat for the rest of your life. It's like, this is what you're going to eat for some weeks. And this is how you can eat it. And you can still have some bread in there and some pasta and maybe even some ice cream if you want to. And then after a few weeks, we're going to adjust it and evaluate and see how your body's doing. And then we might put you into a different type of macros, basically. What are your proteins? What are your carbs? What are your fats for right now? And then readjust it if we need to, or continue to go on. But no matter what, your carbs are probably going to be the highest amount that you're eating. And when you're falling into those traps of, I just need to cut carbs out, it's not serving you well. So if I can teach you anything about how to live and eat in a way that is sustainable, that you feel healthy, that you feel good about what you're doing, you feel good about your body and the progression of it, those are the things that I want to teach you. Carb up, girlfriends. Talk to you later.